Hey guys, UberNerd121 here. I've never made a YouTube video before, but this is really the only way I can think of to explain this and show this to you in its entirety, which I'm really excited about. I'm going to show you a model of the Energy Vampires mansion that I built a couple years ago to use in a server that my friends and I ran. It's, for what I write at least, fairly accurate. There are a lot of things, of course, that don't translate very well to Minecraft's size, just everything having to be at smallest like a meter wide, but that doesn't matter. I'll try not to ramble on too much. Let's just get into it. Alright, it's behind me. Big dramatic reveal. It's pretty big. Again, the story behind this, them having a mansion, is that the land was incredibly cheap, and Nos basically purchased the base of a skyscraper, one of the old, ancient, dilapidated skyscrapers, whose base was still really well intact, and they used that as a foundation to build their home off of, pretty much blowing their entire budget as soon as they got to Earth. Really smart move. There will be stories about it. This is the entrance hall, and this texture pack, I love it so much I couldn't use something else. These are supposed to be hollow screens, but I had to use stained glass. It's supposed to be pale blue, see-through, like a hollow screen. Straight out of the Wall-E universe. Those impractical see-through screens. Oh great, there's a bat in the house. Whatever, it's that big. This is one of the dining rooms, because even though, energy vampires technically eat. It's just nice to sit down every once in a while, everyone gathered together. Here we have the kitchen. This is really just because sometimes they have human friends over and, you need a kitchen. Down here we have the laundry room. Again, because this was a working Minecraft server, it was mostly just a portal to hell down here. But also a laundry room. This is actually where the laundry room is in their house. And, nice little sink. Here we have the second dining room. Much more closed off, more private. Can't imagine why they'd need a private dining room, but, it's there. Then, up here, we have the medical ward sort of area. This would be a nice little recreational room. Could sit down and recuperate in here if you couldn't go anywhere else. This would be one of the private treatment rooms. You got, TVs in here for while you're stuck recuperating. This is all storage. All of these are storage. Tiny hallway. A bigger, less private room. There's supposed to be a plant there. Whatever. This is actually where the first chapter of Dark Matter takes place. In this room here. Little arms would have come out of the ceiling right about there. No, there. Nos would have been lying there. You couldn't really get him to the bed for what they had to do in that period of time. Alright, moving on. We'll go this way. This is their in-home theater. Nice big screen, couple sofas. Again, with the limitations of Minecraft. Couldn't really have these at an angle. Probably a few more armchairs in the reality of the fictional stories. Squashy and comfortable, not wooden stairs. Moving on. This is Fletcher's laboratory. Oh boy, that sounded like Dexter's. Whatever. Emily, please cut that out. This is where Fletcher works on... one of his main experiments is trying to genetically engineer super acidic apples. This is where a lot of that takes place. And also, in here is where the story Fletcher's First Experiment happens. And there's storage up in the attic up here. For, storage purposes. I don't say a lot about that. And the gardens, by the way, haven't mentioned this. These are just approximations of Tu's actual gardens. Hers are probably 3 times as big as the one that surrounds this house that I built in here just for fun, it would be too much of an undertaking for me to try to finish all of it, so just little fake gardens around this place, just aesthetic. And the resident chicken. This is the courtyard. Their house is basically just a big square. Ooh, square donut. Yep. Gazebo over there. We got the big central fountain. This is the entrance hall right here. Yep. We will keep going around in this direction. However, there are no doors through here. So we will just walk right on over. Here we have the tower. Two's piano tower. Spiral staircase all the way up because they're classy. Whoop. I don't have time to walk upstairs though. Then right up here we have the actual room with the piano. This is a piano. White piano. Work with me. Then we have some bookshelves here. Of course, they'd hold sheet music, books, maybe a little sitting area. Just a nice little place. This is actually... oh, not this window exactly. This one is where Fletcher, in the story Melon-Headed Scheme, throws his watermelon with wings out of the window. And it crashes onto the solar panels below. These are supposed to be solar panel tile roof dealies, but you know, obsidian works. Alright, on with the tour. Next, we have probably one of my favorite parts of the house, the library. Of course, this is one of Two's favorite parts as well. Maybe next to the not next to the library, next to her gardens, which we see a little bit more about here. This is somewhat accurately placed. Here we have Nos4A2's office. That's not supposed to be broken. Again, this was a functioning server. It's a little chaotic. We do have the vegetable patch right within view of Nos's office. This is his chair. You know, that would be his screen if it were all put together. Desk here. This is actually where they were playing Jenga in the story. Jenga. This is the L-shaped desk. And two-story library. Because, of course, Two's books, she collected them all after the landing on Earth. You know, everybody was sorting through the Axiom, finding all of these hidden chambers that were absolutely full of old artifacts that were supposed to keep the culture alive from Earth. Oh, a little lag, sorry. But, you know, that didn't happen so much. Everybody turned into a vegetable. Who cares? So afterwards, they really just gave the books away for the most part. Two collected as many as she could. Because she found out, as she was developing, that she liked to read. She has read every single book in this library within the first 20 years of her life. Because she's a robot and she can read as fast as she wants. Okay, here's a little disappointing part. Really doesn't translate to real world. Is the observatory. Yes, I know. It's amazing. Blue carpet. Definitely. Big screen. Ceiling. Projection of all the stars up here. A dome. Nice jagged dome. Yes, you get the idea. This is where the observatory would be. Doesn't work too well in Minecraft. More than anything, this just helps me know where everything is when I write. Now here we get to the bedrooms. This is nobody's room. I really just copy and pasted. I'll go through more of the bathrooms and closets in the characters' rooms. Of course, eventually, we would get characters, of course, living in all these rooms. But as far as I've written, we really only have these two rooms occupied. This one being Fletcher's. His closet here. This is his big fish tank that he has full of aquatic plants. His hollow screen here. Of course, this is where Fletcher is sitting for the majority of the solution. Part 1, anyway. He has a little window to the gardens, like most places. The bathroom in here. Of course, bathrooms aren't a huge necessity for robots. They're more of a luxury. Of course, cleaning off is important. You'll notice there's no toilet. Absolutely no reason for a robot to have one. Once Fletcher starts keeping human company, things get a little complicated. I'm sure they could just have an outhouse installed. This is Nos and 2's room. Of course, the master suite in the house. Have a hearth in here, sofa, the bed. This, the way Minecraft is proportioned again, is just comical, almost. Of course, their bed wouldn't really be that small. They have the master bathroom. No mirrors because it's Minecraft, but they'd actually have mirrors there. A lot of, cabinets maybe. Whoops. Then, a closet, a nice walk-in closet. Stuck in my own closet. And 2's flowers everywhere, as much as she can have. Then we're sort of circling back. Here we have the den, the living room. The bat sounds close. No idea where it is. And because it was a Minecraft server, this is where we kept the enchanting table. It would probably just be a normal bookshelf back there. We have a sitting place around the fireplace. The hollow screen. This is, you know what, I feel like there are too many stories that I'm working on that I haven't posted yet that have taken place in these chairs right here, so I'm not going to say anything about those yet. But, this is a very central area in the house. Have a lot of, when they have more family over, this is where a lot of it is held. Right here, this is just sort of a corridor back to the main hallway here. And then we just have the second and third floors of the bedrooms. This would be sort of a common area. This is almost like a secondary master bedroom up here. This house could probably hold 3 major couples, heads of the family type couples at a time. Of course, Nos and 2 always staying down in the master suite. And Fletcher and Asteria would probably move in here later in their lives. And of course, more little bedrooms throughout. These are all basically copy-pasted. Ooh, somebody lived in here at some point. Cool. Now, the rest are basically the same. Here, right across, you can see the piano tower, and that's the medical ward over there. And then on the third floor, the only remarkable thing, we have another little sitting room, is that we have bedrooms with balconies. Whoop! Caught myself. Yeah, that's about it. This little river is accurate. They do have a river running right outside the bedrooms. But of course they'd have, if this is one ring of the garden, if that's what we want to call it, the actual mansion has 3 rings. Probably go out pretty significantly far. And just lots of, 2 would landscape all of it. She's the landscape expert, I'm not. This is Fletcher's big favorite apple tree that they do have. Don't know where the cow is. And that's about it. Thank you all. I'm glad I could show you around a little bit. I hope this helps. I know my stories, I don't spend a ton of time describing all of this. I am a bit of a lazy writer that way, and that I just mostly do tiny little ficlets and fun stuff and just stuff that I enjoy writing and not actually any real description. But I hope this helps. Thank you all for watching.